Vow of the Disciple is a raid in Destiny 2. To play it, you need 6 players with the Witch Queen expansion. This complete raid guide moves very fast. Use screenshots, chapters, and playback speed to make it work for you. To prepare, here are 3 major mechanics in the raid. Glyphs. There are 27 different images with specific callouts. All players must be able to recognize and call out all 27 glyphs. Glyph Keepers. These enemies reveal glyphs upon death. Pervading Darkness. This debuff slowly applies to players in certain areas, reducing sight and killing them at 10 stacks. The Disciple's Bog is a simple introduction. Kill Savathun, then ride your sparrows to the Dark Payload. Kill the Abominations and collect the 9 Knowledge Shards. Each player can only hold 3 shards at a time. Return them to the payload and ride to the next location. Repeat this 4 times, then enter the pyramid. Acquisition is the first encounter. To prepare, review the map. There are 8 rooms labeled by glyphs and 3 stations, left, right, and mid. Assign 3 teams of 2, 1 for each station. Each team has 1 runner and 1 gunner. Each station has an instructions pillar with 3 panels and an obelisk with 9 glyph slots. A switch in the center of the room toggles open doors between the pyramid and traveler sides of the room. Tune your loadouts for ad clearing and unstoppable champions. Shoot the switch to begin the encounter. A random instruction pillar will show a traveler or pyramid in its top panel. That station's gunner will read the glyph aloud. The nearest runner will go to that side and kill a taken knight. The same gunner will read the second instruction panel's glyph aloud. The nearest runners will enter the room labeled by that glyph. The same gunner will read the third panel, light or dark, and the runner will kill the glyph keeper on that side of the room. The runner will read the dropped glyph aloud. Repeat these steps for each station, sometimes overlapping, until 3 glyphs have been read aloud by runners. Identify which obelisk bears all 3 glyphs, 1 on each side, and shoot them at the same time. Repeat this process twice to complete acquisition. How to fail. Adds deal damage to obelisks. If they fill with yellow color, the team will wipe. Slow this process by completing objective steps. The Caretaker is the second encounter. To prepare, split into 3 teams, runners, stunners, and gunners. 1 stunner is bait, the other is shoot. Gunners tune loadouts to ad clear. Everybody else, DPS. Phase 1. Runners shoot the door switches to begin the encounter and open the glyph room. 1 runner will enter the room, collect 3 glyphs, read them aloud, and exit. Shoot those 3 glyphs on the obelisk simultaneously. Alternate runners repeating this process until all 9 glyphs are cleared. This begins the damage phase. Meanwhile, the bait stunner will walk directly in front of the Caretaker, triggering a slam attack. The shoot stunner will shoot its open back, and then the bait stunner will shoot its face, stunning the Caretaker. Gunners clear ads and flying nuggets from the Caretaker's stun. In the damage phase, 3 round plates on the ground near the obelisk will light up in sequence, beginning on the side from which the Caretaker approaches. All players stand on the active plate to deal damage. Ascend the stairs and repeat these steps twice in a new layout each time. Finally, ascend the stairs for final stand. Proceed down the hall, dealing damage to the Caretaker from active plates until it dies. How to fail. If the Caretaker reaches the obelisk before all 9 glyphs are cleared, the fire team wipes. Runners in the glyph room will accrue Pervading Darkness. Between encounters, yellow line platforms can be toggled by a switch. Have at least 1 player stay behind to activate the switch as needed. Exhibition is the third encounter. To prepare, tune your loadouts to ad clear and overload champions. Assign 1 team for each relic: beam, shield, and eye. Room 1. Pick up the beam and kill both glyph keepers. Only relic holders can read resonant glyphs. Read both sets of glyphs aloud, identifying the common glyph between them. Shoot the common glyph by the door to proceed. The beam holder must kill the resonant knight. In the vestibule, use the relic stations to hand off the beam and shield. Room 2. There will be 2 sets of glyph keepers. Identify the common glyph from each set, and shoot both common glyphs by the exit door to proceed. Beam holder, kill both resonant knights by the exit door, 1 after each set of glyph keepers dies. Shield holder, use the guard function to remove stacks of pervading darkness from all players. In the vestibule, use the relic stations to hand off and pick up the eye. Rooms 3 and 4. Repeat the same steps as room 2. Eye holder, cross left and right across the room and use the grenade function to destroy taken tethers. After room 4, deposit all 3 relics to end the encounter. How to fail. If the timer reaches 0, the fire team wipes. Kill resonant knights to extend the timer. When a player drops a relic, they cannot pick up another for 40 seconds. Rhulk is the final encounter. To prepare, tune your loadouts for DPS. Review the map layouts for the pillars and the ring. Assign and number 2 runners, 2 splitters, and 2 callers. Phase 1. Callers. Kill the glyph keepers. Only players with a force buff can read the resonant glyphs. Identify the common glyph. Splitter 1. Destroy the dark payload above Rhulk to gain leeching force. Stand on the give plate and 2 more payloads will appear. Runner 1 shoots the left. Splitter 2 shoots the right. They will both take leeching force from Splitter 1. Splitter 2. Repeat this process until only the runners have leeching force. Runners run into Rhulk's yellow beam to convert to emanating force. Callers call out which pillars bear the common glyph. Runners dunk emanating force into those pillars simultaneously. Repeat this process twice to end the phase. Phase 2. All players enter the ring. Runner 1, shoot Rhulk's glaive to gain leeching force. Enter the 4-way yellow beam to convert to emanating force. Other players call out the glyph dropped by the glaive. Runner, dunk emanating force into the corresponding pillar to reveal a weak spot on Rhulk that the others will destroy. Repeat 3 times to begin the damage phase. Phase 3, do damage! When Rhulk kneels and charges, exit the ring. Repeat these steps until Rhulk is dead. For Final Stand, deplete Rhulk's remaining health before all players reach 10 stacks of Pervading Darkness. How to fail. Force buffs have a countdown timer and must be transferred, converted, or dunked to avoid dying. Dunking emanating force into the wrong pillar kills the player. Rhulk attacks give players Pervading Darkness stacks, and players that do not leave the ring after a damage phase will be killed. That's your brief guide for Vow of the Disciple. Get raiding, Guardians.